Now we've created some posts and we've created a blog page, which we can see here. What I'd like to do now is click on the About Us page, and I'd like to put a post slider on here. So if I enable the Visual Builder, and I'll start building from scratch, and I'll choose the default, and if I scroll down, you've got this thing called Post Slider. So if I click on this, this is going to display the various posts that we've got, and the slider means that we can slide between them. Now there's various options we've got here. The default order you can change, so basically those are your choices there. I'll just use the default. You can change the button, so at the moment it just says read more. I'll leave that as is for now. And if we come down here, there's various other things we can do. So we can change the excerpt length that is displayed. We'll just use the default in this case. If you look at the elements here, there's various things you can have, like arrows, which is obviously a good idea. So it's probably best to keep all of those. The one thing I would take off is you can see the metadata here, which is kind of messy. So I'll click there to take the metadata off. And if we scroll down, we've got other things like links and background and what have you, the usual things. If I click on the Design tab here, you've got various options. You can have an overlay, so do you want to use an overlay? By default it's yes. If I take that off, it's a little bit harder to read, so I'll leave that on. We can adjust the overlay if we want to. The other thing is, instead of having an overlay of the whole thing, you could have an overlay maybe just on the text or also on the text. So if this was hard to read, I could click here, and it's a little bit hard to see, but what it's done is put a little box overlay around the text. So that's with no text overlay. This is with a text overlay. I'll leave that on because it just makes it easier to read. And again, I can change the text overlay colors there, and I can change the border radius, if I want to, but I'll just use the defaults. The various navigation controls, you can change those if you want to. Here you can adjust the image, so you can adjust the hue, saturation, brightness and contrast, or you can invert it or make it sepia, or you can adjust the opacity. So various options there. I can go and format the text if I want to, so I can make it either light or dark. Not so good, so we'll go back to where we were. And again, you can put shadows and things on if you want it. In the same way, you can adjust the title text, the body text, the meta text if you can display it. So with the button, you can align it to left, right or centered, and if you want, if you click here, you can have custom styles for the button. I'll leave that off for the time being, and again, just take the defaults. As usual, you can change the sizing and the spacing and the borders and all the rest of it. And lastly, if we come down here with the animation, what we can do is leave it for manual movement, so basically I'd have to click on it like so, or I can click here for automatic animation, and I can change the speed of the animation. So if I bring it down to 6, so it's more easy to see what's going on, sorry, 6,000 rather, because this is in milliseconds, then every 6 seconds it will change. And do you want to continue on hover? Yes, I will do. So basically I'll save all of that. And we'll go and save the page. And I'll exit the Visual Builder. And now at the top of the About page, you'll have this being displayed for 6 seconds, and then automatically, there you go, you get the next one. Another 6 seconds, you get the next one. And any of those you want more details of course, you just click where it says read more, and it takes you to the appropriate post. So that's the post slider. As I say, you can embed it anywhere, and it's just a nice way of making sure that your posts actually get noticed.